now across the country, something very important is going on right under your nose. Redistricting that could decide the fate of our politics for the next decade. John Avlon has a reality check.
There are different fronts in the war on democracy. There's the geopolitical front, with autocracies challenging democracy. And, as Anna Applebaum writes in The Atlantic, the bad guys are winning there. There's the disinformation front in the digital realm, eroding our ability to reason together with algorithms that elevate extremism and conspiracy theories over actual facts. Then there's the extreme example of defending our democracy from the coup attempt Donald Trump tried with the big lie that led to the attack on our Capitol. But then there's the more sub rosa structural stuff, the rules and regulations that attempt to rig the system for partisan gain, aiming to undercut majority rule and real representative democracy. And that's what's quietly going on in state capitals across the nation. Because we're in the middle of a once-in-a-decade redistricting at the state level, which basically determines the baseline of Congress for the next decade. But wait, you say, the midterm elections are a year away. Well, bless your heart, as they say in the South. Because professional partisans are busy trying to predetermine congressional election outcomes. It's almost as if they were trying to reduce faith in democracy. Get this. According to the Cook Political Report, the number of swing seats in Congress fell from 164 in 1997 to just 72 in 2016. And it's about to get much, much worse. According to the New York Times analysis, 12 states that have completed the mapping process, Republicans have added a net 5 new seats that they can safely hold, while Republicans are down 1. And Republicans only need to flip 5 seats to regain control of Congress. Take a look at North Carolina, a state that's virtually even in party registration. The Republican state legislature just passed maps giving them at least a 10-4 seat congressional advantage. Look at the maps, you'd think the state grew more white and more rural, which traditionally means more Republican. That's despite a census showing that North Carolina grew more diverse and less white over the past decade. That's the rigged system of redistricting in action, folks. And that's the story nationally. America is more diverse and more urban, but Republicans are carving up the districts to increase their hold on power. Take a look at Texas, which gained 2 seats due to massive growth in urban areas, 95% attributable to people of color. But while Trump won 52% of the vote there, Republicans would now control 66% of the congressional seats. The number of GOP-dominated districts up from 22 to 25, while reducing the number of districts where Hispanics make up the majority from 8 to 7, cutting black districts from 1 to none. Or look at Ohio for some really lopsided partisan absurdity. Last night, Buckeye Republicans proposed maps that would give them a 13-2 majority, despite Republican registration falling by more than 120,000 over the last 4 years. That means 1.6 million Democrats will be represented by 2 congressional seats, while 1.9 million Republicans will divvy up the remaining 13. That's democracy in name only. I want to be clear, Democrats do this as well. In Illinois, the Democratic state legislature is set to eliminate 2 Republican congressional seats while adding 1 Democratic. In Maryland, Democrats are looking to get rid of its sole Republican. In New York, an independent redistricting commission failed to find consensus, and so the Democratic state legislature is looking to reduce Republican representation. But here's the thing. Republicans have complete control over redistricting in 20 states, Democrats in only 10. That gives the party of Trump control over 187 House districts, while Democrats have 75. This is a partisan arms race, and the will of the people is what suffers. But the fix is in, it's not yet inevitable. There will be lawsuits saying that maps violate the Voting Rights Act. There are also 8 states with independent redistricting commissions, and even proposals to bring back past remedies like multi-member districts, which Illinois had until 1982. But make no mistake, the fight is on right now to determine the face of Congress for the next decade. And it's nothing less than an attempt to undercut majority rule and real representative democracy by design. And that's your reality check.